Welcome back to another episode of Love Living Local 315. We are your hosts, Scott and Kelly Greats, and today we are joined by Mike Curran, founder of Wrapology in Utica. For 10 years, he's been turning heads with custom car wraps and building a brand known for top-notch service and serious style. Let's dive into it, Mike.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Glad to be here.
Yeah,
Nice,
he walks in, he's like, wow, it's like really quiet in here. I'm like, yeah,
I mean, this is nice. This is really nice. You guys were in Herkimer before?
Ilion.
Ilion?
Yeah.
No,
this
this is nice.
We were doing it out of
a back room.
with a
curtain.
Kind of makeshift.
Carpet walls and ceilings.
Then it became a whole thing.
This is great.
You know how that, we're probably going to get into that with you, actually.
Right in the middle of the city.
You kind of start small and then work it up. But let's talk about Wrapology. So 10 years ago, what sparked the idea? What do you remember most about those early days?
I've just been sleeping, and breathing cars for like my entire life. So that's like the main thing. I just wanted to work on cars. I didn't even really look at it as like a business opportunity until I was like wrapping my own car. Then something kind of clicked and I was like, oh yeah, why don't I maybe see if I can bring this to the next level and maybe start something. And at this point, nobody like around here at all was wrapping cars. Okay. It was like a LA thing, because you know how California is like a little bit like ahead of us sometimes.
Most cities.
Yeah, most cities. So it was kind of like an out west thing. It was really big out there. And that's when I actually got the first idea. But originally, I just wanted to work on my own car. I didn't want to do customer cars. I really wasn't thinking about doing customer cars. I wasn't thinking about a business. I just love cars. I love working on cars. I love, going to car shows, everything.
So tell everybody what a wrap is for
probably
people that don't understand.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, it's really just a big sticker.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, it's not like, to keep it simple, it's just a big sticker on the car. So we can do color change, we do business advertisements. So it's not just a cosmetic thing all the time. Like I just took that phone call right before we started. That was for a business thing.
Right.
So he bought a tow truck. He wants it wrapped with his, business logoing and it's like cool designs and stuff like that. So.
Well, and at first that's what I thought. I'm like, all right, this is for like advertising purposes. But then I went on your Facebook page and your Instagram page.
It's different.
It is like you take a car and you can make it totally unique with the color. And it's so funny that I've seen multiple cars in Utica that you've wrapped. The one at Silk like catches my eye all the time.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm
pink.
Like, that's awesome.
Pink's hard to ignore.
That's satin pink chrome. That's actually one of the hardest wraps to do on the market.
And I'm telling you, every time I drive by there, I notice that car. So definitely cool.
Yeah. And honestly, there's actually more money in the business advertising area of the wrap world, but I really don't focus on it because I fully believe that I'm just doing something that I really love to do and I want to keep it that way. It's like I could make more money, but like honestly, is that really all about it? I don't know. That's just kind of how I've went about it. And I've heard people tell me they've been like, dude, you're stupid for not taking this opportunity. Stupid, whatever, but I'm just like, man, I just want to keep it like this is my passion. Like I love to do what I do. That's why like I'm up at 5:30 in the morning because I want to go do this. I don't.
You enjoy it, yeah.
Like, and if I'm home, I take a day off. I'm just like, come on, can we go to the shop? Can we go do something fun?
Is it just you?
Yeah, just me. So I had a couple guys that like helped me out with some stuff, but not when I don't need it.
And so where is your business?
I'm over in South Utica.
Okay.
And right next to the old Hess gas station.
Okay.
Right by the train tracks over there.
Yep.
And I used to be in Frankfort, and I moved to Utica because I wanted to contribute to Utica. I wanted to be a Utica small business. Yeah. So I wanted to contribute to it. And that's actually why I originally moved. So I could be here.
Why was that important to you?
Honestly, it's a lot of like kind of what my uncle has taught me. My uncle, and you guys don't know, owner of Utica Coffee, he's helped me out with a lot of just like mindset things, just the way I think about things, the way I think about business. And he's always kind of said something like that there's a mission with Utica, and it's about like kind of building the city, like we want to build the city, want to make it a better city. So like when I was doing something that nobody really does around here in Frankfurt, I was like, wow, okay, we got to like readjust kind of what we're doing here. and searched for quite a while. It actually took like 2 years to find like a good spot. But yeah, like bringing back to, Utica and everything like that is super important to me because this is where I'm from.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
why not pump into where, where
Yeah.
I'm from?
That's
So
awesome.
it's
Yeah.
great.
What's the advantage to wrapping versus painting?
Well, I mean, you're talking two totally different price points.
Okay. So it's a cost thing?
Yeah, it's a cost thing, but also it kind of depends on what you want to do. Like you're not going to buy a vehicle and paint your business graphics on the side of it.
Right.
Like that just kind of doesn't make sense. So you would wrap it. If you're going for color change, then you're talking about cost. I mean, to paint a car, you got to strip everything, to do it the right way, every little gasket, under the hood, under the trunk.
Gotcha.
Everything.
It's more cost effective to wrap.
Yeah, and it's it's much easier, and it's like it's a nice thing. It's a little more temporary. You could get your car wrapped, and then say a year from now you don't like the color. Well, just change it, and it's not.
I was going to ask that. It's not permanent.
It's
you
not.
know?
Yeah, it's not as costly as the paint and stuff like that. So it's not permanent. Take it on, take it off, or put it on, take it off, whatever. It's all good.
What about winters around here? Does that mess them up?
It's actually brutal for me wrapping in the winter, but the car handles it pretty well.
Okay.
Once it's wrapped.
Yeah, I would think so. It's an extra layer against all the salt and the crap they put on the roads and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to get that protection under those wheel wells and stuff because I wrap all of the edges and stuff like that. But the process that it takes to get the car clean enough to wrap during the winter is...
All right, so let's talk about the startup phase a little bit. What were some of the biggest obstacles that you had to overcome?
I would say even still to this day, actually, my biggest obstacle is probably the area, to be honest, which has also made the mission of getting back to Utica a little more challenging. Because the area, as far as people that are willing to spend $3,000 to $4,000 for a temporary color change on their car, it's pretty tough to kind of like find that market. And whereas, if I was like south or somewhere, and people say that to me all the time.
See, and I think it's just, not to interrupt you, but like we talked a little bit about him before we got in the air. My son Connor chooses to spend all of his extra money on his vehicle. It's his
And golf. We're the same.
And he just loves to improve the way it looks and do little things to make it unique. So I feel like the younger generation, they take pride in it, and this is something that's really intriguing to them, and that they would definitely be interested in. Whereas for somebody that just looks at a vehicle as something to get them from point A to point B, that's where you have a hard time with it. But I definitely think you're very attractive to the younger population for sure.
And I am, but then that brings like a whole nother discussion about, whereas like a lot of these younger kids want to do it, but they don't really have the money to do it. So it's tough. I've had to do a lot of little kind of like twists and stuff like that. And part of it has been working with a lot of like local photographers, videographers, like everybody in the studio I know, because we've worked together on some sort of social media part in the past. We will in the future. So like a lot of that, helping bring like the idea to more people around here so I can market it and stuff like that. But there's always a bunch of challenges in that marketing around here because, you can go to South Florida and there's a Lamborghini on every corner. Everybody wants to be different. They want to rap. They want to stand out. But
up here, it's a much harder thing to,
All right, we'll dive into both of those. Let's start with the social media because you've done a really good job branding yourself and meeting people where they are, right? Especially the market you're going for. So what's been your approach to personal branding and how have you leverage social media to help people understand who you are and what you do?
Man, it's definitely been a journey. Kind of another thing, I might be giving too many shout outs to my uncle here already, but kind of another thing that one of the things my uncle taught me, just to build that actual brand, whether it's a personal brand or whether it's the brand with, as the company, Wrapology, because building that brand is the brand awareness, and that's kind of what ties everything together, especially from where you're at in Utica, and stuff like that. So a lot of it is just man, I kind of almost like fell into it because I enjoyed doing it, and I just so happened to kind of, I enjoyed doing these things, and then it just brought the opportunities up for the branding.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like the branding kind of figured itself out because I wanted Wrapology to be a brand, not a business. That's why, I do merch. I do tons of merch. People buy. There was like a solid month a couple years ago where I did more in merch sales than I did in wrapping sales.
Wow.
So like kind of like the lifestyle type branding of Wrapology was something I've always wanted to build. So that's why you see me doing a lot of Ferraris, Lamborghinis, the McLarens, all that stuff that's like top of the line, because that's kind of like the brand image that I wanted to portray and represent. But it took it takes a lot of work around here. It really does. Like it's really
yeah. Well, I guess pros and cons, right? Because, well, I'll ask the question and not assume. Are you the only show in town?
For the most part, I'm
Okay.
not gonna like totally negate other people that are trying to run some business.
Sure.
And that's okay. But it's kind of tough. I was like the first one, did the branding correctly the first time. So, and our branding is we only do wraps. So like a lot of these other guys that maybe do some wraps, they also do, window tinting. I don't even do window tinting.
Mm-hmm.
I just do wraps. I focus on being the best at wrapping and only wrapping. And that's what we're trying to, bring to the area. So,
Well, and that you say you're a top-notch service, and that's exactly what it means. Your attention to detail
right.
is so awesome that you're going to see that
Exactly.
with the vehicle.
Yeah. And that's literally all I'm focused on is wraps.
What's the most difficult vehicle you've ever had to wrap?
Oh my gosh. This actually just happened a couple of months ago. What a nightmare this was. Not a nightmare. It came out really great.
Well, because you're a perfectionist, but it was probably a process.
Yeah, and that's the tough thing too, is like sometimes I see something a customer would never see.
Yeah.
And they would never know. And I'm like, that gasket is just a little bit too tucked in. Like I need to figure out how to get that back out. But the most difficult car was a 2015 Lamborghini Huracan Spider. But what made it so difficult is that they wanted the door jambs done as well. And it was also a white car. White cars are the hardest to wrap because if you miss one little sliver, that white sticks out like a sore thumb.
Okay.
So Lamborghini Huracan is usually one of the tougher cars to wrap anyways. The door or the mirror sits on the side of the door. So in order to get the mirrors off on those, you have to take the glass out. So the whole glass has to come out of the door. And then you can get to the bolts on the mirror and everything like that. And then once I got done with that, I had to take the doors off. And all this has to be done in like certain orders so that you're not tripping out the computer, because if you start unplugging stuff on these cars,
you need it to drive too.
yeah, and then you put it back together and you have like warning and fault lights everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the closest Lamborghini dealership is probably Jersey.
Probably.
Jersey. So that was definitely the hardest job I've had to do.
So how many hours is that?
I did about 85, 90 hours of work on that.
Crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah.
All right, so now wait, let's talk about your training a little bit. Self-taught? Like what?
Yeah. Honestly,
It's kind
for
of
the most
crazy
part,
when
yeah.
you think about it.
For the
like,
most part. Yeah.
that's amazing.
And I've actually tried to hire somebody before that had certification.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, like mechanic certification of some sort.
Well,
that
not
knows-
even like mechanic certification. Like you can actually go to wrap school.
Okay.
So there are like training facilities and stuff like that you can do, like a wrap school.
Yeah.
He went to wrap school, passed all of that, came back up here. I put him to work and I quickly realized, well, he's never really worked a day in his life. So he really has no clue. So I've always kind of like felt that way about things. The only way to do it
Hands-on.
Is to do it.
is to do it.
Yep.
So I've just been hands-on. I've just been learning new things, and I've taken tips and tricks from different
Sure.
people. And
You're probably
That's
still
amazing.
watching other people's videos and
yeah, of course,
keeping up. Yeah.
a ton of videos. And
Now listen, that's in every industry. There's a ton of really smart people who accomplish nothing in life out there because
exactly.
they're really academically smart, but they just don't
yeah,
know how
I mean,
to
a lot of
apply
people
it.
call it what, like book smart
Book
versus street smart.
Yeah.
So I think maybe a little combination of both is good.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah.
But definitely more hands-on, like without a doubt. So, and that's why it's also been tough to hire around here because it's not really that. There's not really a crazy market. It's
amount of
tough.
people that are going into this.
So let's
right?
talk about crazy markets. You travel, right? Like you'll go on the road once in a while, and what does that look like?
Like very often.
Often, okay. Yeah.
I just did I don't even know if I could say this. You might have to cut it out. I just did 3 wraps for Landman.
Oh my God, that's our favorite.
I love Landman. Yeah.
So I just did 3 wraps for them. One of my partners down in Nashville actually is the one that kind of brought me on for some of that stuff. So I do a lot of commercial work as well. So I've done cars for like Sandals Resorts. Yeah, Landman we did. I'm trying to think. Good Times or Good Something was just a movie that just came out with like Aziz Ansari and like Seth Rogen and Keanu Reeves and stuff. But yeah, just so we do a bunch of that stuff too. So I travel. I mean, I've probably done maybe 150 to 200 cars traveling this year alone.
Well, so technology has to play a huge part in all of this. So, I mean, obviously in your marketing, because you're traveling to places, like people are seeking you out.
Yeah.
You're not just getting business in this local area, you're going outside the area. But what role does technology play, like in the actual wrapping of the vehicle? Like, is it a computer program that you put the car in and it gives you the dimensions and the... I'm trying to wrap my brain around this. And
it's kind of like 2 parts, I feel like, to that question. The first part is I'm actually like a contracted installer by a company called, and definitely bleep that and I do contract installer work for them.
Okay.
So we're a team of installers and they say, hey, we have this company, Sephora, whatever, that wants to do cars, and we will go and we will wrap them.
Okay.
So we're their contractors, kind of in that aspect.
Okay.
But as far as like technology goes, those wraps have to be designed and printed, and that's something I'm not 100% familiar with or into, which my buddy Josh down in Nashville is.
Okay.
He's very knowledgeable in that sense, and he's actually from Utica.
Okay.
But yeah, so like say you're a company and you come to me and you say, hey, we want to do a campaign of 10 vehicles in San Francisco. We're looking for a design for our company and we're looking for somebody to print it. We're looking for installers to install it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they go to this company and then they contract us.
Okay.
So technology, like as far as what I do with color change stuff.
Not so much?
Not so much. Just not much.
But it's more the decals and the stuff like if they want
full prints,
and
stuff
like that.
You got to get the
and
mock
stuff
up
like
of the
that.
car. You can't print for a car what you're going to do to a truck.
Yep.
So
well, and you probably run into, like I do in my industry, like we have a national branded logo that has a very specific color and size to what that logo, so there's got to be a lot of compliance.
Yeah. Colors have to be
perfect, right?
Well, because we're dealing with major brands.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, we're talking like, Sandals. Actually, a couple guys are in Seattle right now doing cars for AT&T.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're dealing
you
with
can't have a purple, right? AT&T's blue, right? It's a
right,
specific
and it's a very
blue.
specific blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where a lot of that technology comes in. And to be honest with you, I'm probably like 20%.
Yeah.
As far as that stuff goes.
So are you, I don't want to say selling, but are you having conversations with local businesses about why this is important? Like why you should brand your fleet of vehicles? Or did they figure it out on their own and then come find you?
Yeah, I have. I've done kind of like a couple campaigns like that where I've tried to target local businesses or businesses, even to Syracuse. I have a lot of customers that come from Syracuse as well, Albany, everywhere, to the benefits of wrapping your car. I mean, it's a billboard.
Yeah.
It's a traveling billboard.
Sure.
Anywhere you go, you're advertising yourself.
I mean, like you'll see my cars. All my cars have Wrapology logos on them.
I would hope.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
I mean, you can't get behind me without seeing like too many Wrapology logos. So yeah, no, it's important, and it just brings that brand awareness, to the brand. Some people just might see it driving by, and they might not need the flooring or whatever is on your van, and then they'll see it over and over and over again, especially if it's obnoxious.
Which that's where my brain goes. Is you probably, and I don't want to say obnoxious, but like when you see the pink car in front of Silk, you think Silk.
I
right?
look for it every time because
Yeah.
it catches my eye. It's unique and it's just
If you see lime green or
Wow.
something you normally don't see,
yeah.
So I think, locally that is probably the market way more so than the younger kids who don't have $3-4 grand. Like
Yeah, I
presumably
guess you're right.
companies, corporations have that money. If you're sending people out in company cars or if you have fleets of vehicles or trucks, like you're totally missing the boat if you're not getting those wrapped with your
100%.
logo.
yeah.
Yeah.
or
And we
something
don't
that
even
stands
have
out.
to do full printed wraps. I mean, if your budget is something lower, we could do 3/4 wrap. If your budget is even lower than that, we could do a half wrap. And we could go all the way down to just die cuts. So we could go all the way down to just logos, 1 foot, 2 foot by 2 foot, whatever it is,
Yep.
and put it on your vehicle so you have something, because if you have a business and you're just driving around with nothing,
Right.
I mean, even my personal cars have my branding.
Yep.
Mhm.
So like
Smart.
everything should.
Logistical question: leasing, like, do these things come off? Like, if you have leased
yeah.
vehicles,
Super easy.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Take
good
it
to
right
know.
off.
Okay.
The only problem that you run into sometimes is if like it's been in an accident and it's
Right,
been
right.
painted and then you wrap over it.
Yeah.
But also, some of the good things about it is if you get into an accident, fender bender, scuff, anything like that, a lot of times it's just damaging that vinyl on the outside, and we can take that off and replace just the panel without screwing up the paint, doing body work and stuff like that. So
Okay. What's coming up for Wrapology in the next 12 to 18 months? Do you see it growing? What's your vision?
yeah, so a big thing I've been working on for probably 6 months already, which has been probably one of my most challenging things, is taking everything I've learned in 10 years and putting it into something like a knowledgeable based course that I can teach other people how to wrap.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
And that's been extremely difficult. Probably like one of my most difficult things besides the Lamborghini. But the difficult things, just because like trying to formulate everything that you've done for 10 years that you don't even think about,
Right.
like imagine you had to tell somebody how you brush your teeth. Like, how do you hold it? It goes as far as that. Like,
Well, you gotta get
You have to be
outrageously
super
specific.
descriptive. Teaching is an art. It really
it's
is
so hard to
because
do.
you have got to be so explicit and descriptive in everything that you do.
Everything has to
Yep.
be boom, 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 boom.
But I love where your head's at because your options to scale are either find more mics, which is very difficult, right? And hire them and train them and add facilities and costs and yada yada yada. Or you find the mics that are already doing this or want to do it nationwide and then teach them to
Put them to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it's been cool, rewarding, challenging to work on that glass, and I hope by the 1, 2, 3 months at the beginning of the year in 2026, we'll have that ready to roll. Our goal is to have it ready to roll for a spring rollout.
Yep.
So right in time for like that.
It's
nice
definitely
weather.
a process. Scott can attest to that. He's done that many times where, he does consulting work and training programs and to try and rush it and to get it out, but you want it to be fantastic.
Well,
And-
because I actually want to provide the value.
Yes.
You know?
for
And
sure.
like a lot, there's kind of like a little bit of like stigma with people that are like kind of going. You see it a lot more often now. People are going around like selling courses, like a course seller. You know,
yeah.
I don't want to do that. Like I'm trying to actually provide value, and not only am I showing you everything about wraps and this and that, but I'm also breaking down like the business side of it as well, which is also something that's, I would say, pretty valuable.
Sure.
Especially coming from somebody that doesn't have that opportunity to learn that.
So I'll give you some unsolicited advice. What you're doing with social media is going to be, the launching point. Those are going to be the roots at anything you do with consulting, course selling, coaching. There's a saying in this space that you lead with your best. So give away all your best stuff for free. So keep making those videos, keep telling those engaging stories, keep highlighting your work, share how you're doing your personal branding. And when people continuously see this stuff and they like you and they follow you and they're getting a lot of value from you for free, as soon as you go to sell them something, they're like, well, damn, if all that stuff's free, I can only imagine how good the paid stuff is, right? And then you're giving, the same or higher level stuff, but just packaged differently so they can follow it. Yeah. So I would say just keep building that social audience and be consistent with the value you're giving away.
I mean, it's a joy for me to make videos as well. So if I can just pump stuff out and.
Yep. It is crazy how comfortable kids are just in front of a camera and video.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I am not comfortable in front of the camera at all.
I think you need a little bit of discomfort, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. Otherwise, you become complacent. The nerves are good to an extent.
And I have a YouTube channel as well. So during the summer and the busier months, I upload every other week usually on YouTube, and it's just my camera guy following me around with a camera. 5 days a week, and I tell you what, it never gets comfortable. I'm always just come on, man.
Plug those. Where do people find you? What are the socials? What's the YouTube channel?
Yeah, so I'm really just Wrapology everywhere. Instagram, Wrapology, YouTube, Wrapology. On our school website that we're going to be releasing, it's going to be called Wrapucation. So
I like that.
Good. I feel like that was a good branding one. Going to be Wrapucation. But Wrapology, you can find me anywhere. Usually, if you look it up, it's the first one that pops up. So
that's awesome.
We got everything ripping and roaring. And
all right. Let's got some rapid fire questions for you. Let's see how we did.
All right.
What was the first car you ever wrapped? I'm assuming it's your car, but what kind of car was it? Huh?
Audi S5.
Okay.
What are you driving now?
BMW 135.
Okay. Matte, gloss, or chrome? Which finish is your favorite?
Satin.
Okay, I figured.
None of them. See? You didn't pick any of them.
In between matte and gloss.
Dream car you'd love to wrap?
Depends on what time you catch me. Right now, Lamborghini Urus. During the summer, McLaren 720S.
How much do these cars cost?
I've done a couple in the $300,000 to $400,000 range.
Yeah.
Which makes you a little nervous.
I was gonna say, is that scary?
Well, probably. Yeah. I would say.
It's scary for his insurance company.
Well, I'm the only one that does it. And that's what I take pride in. I'm the only one that will do that stuff. A lot of people will look at it. They'll be, I haven't done this. I can't do this. Yeah. Well, no, because we'll do it and we'll figure it out.
Are those owners tougher than the 22-year-old kid?
Way easier.
That's what I was wondering.
Way easier.
Yeah.
If you have I've had a $250,000 Ferrari sit in my shop for 3 weeks because he just, I don't know.
Not that he didn't care, but it's not his everything.
I'm busy, and,
right?
This, that.
Where a 23-year-old, it's every penny they have.
And it's their only mode of transportation.
I was about to say they usually have other cars.
It's their only mode of transportation.
Yeah.
Central New York in one word.
Hidden gem. 2 words.
Coffee or energy drinks to power you through the day?
I run on Utica coffee.
Yeah, Uncle Frank.
So do we.
Endless plugs.
Uncle Frank.
I'm telling you.
We don't need to have Utica coffee anymore. Mike did it for us.
And you know what? I get it for free.
That's awesome. Well, because that's the only coffee that we drink, and we go in there and we drink it black, and I don't know how anybody can say any coffee
amazing. That's all
holds a candle to
that's all I drink.
Yep.
Most unusual thing someone has asked you to wrap. We'll never have that question on
refrigerators.
That's not that unusual, neat. But I could actually see that.
That's a great idea.
They get kind of rusted sometimes. You get an older fridge.
I do home appliances.
Yeah.
I can also PPF your countertops.
We got a fridge in a basement. We might be looking to wrap. What's one tool in your shop you couldn't live without?
Blade. My knife.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. How often you just sharpening those or just replacing them nonstop?
I use carbon steel, and I probably go through a ton. I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
A ton. An insane amount.
Well, he is Mike Curran. It is Wrapology, proudly serving Utica, New York, right here in our backyard, and willing to go to you, maybe.
I'll go anywhere.
Yeah, if you need them. It's
San Francisco,
it's a unique service. You obviously put your heart and soul into it. You're passionate about it, and wish you the best in the future, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sick. I love this.